and welcome to this pick a card tarot reading where we're going to be looking at who has a crush on you, who likes you, who's interested in you right now, what they're like, what they look like, and if you would be interested in them back or if it would be like an unrequited crush situation. I filmed this video before, but I wanted to refilm it because my best friend sent me these cards for my birthday, astrological oracle cards. And as soon as I got them, I was like, this would be perfect for a crush video. Even though I've already filmed it, I wanted to do it again with these cards and just kind of see what happened. So yes, I am jumping the shark. I've already filmed this, but I wanted to film it again, so I'm going to. Okay, I'm jumping in. This is going to be the first video I've ever edited in my whole life to say thank you to my friend Jacqueline for sending me these cards. I love them. They're so pretty. I'm so excited to use them in readings. Thank you so much for sending them. I love them. I'm going to link her website in the description box if you're interested. She seriously is so cool. I love her so much. She makes really cool art, specifically photography and film, and also has a really cool Instagram. So if you want to check it out, that's in the description box. So once again, thank you, Jacqueline. I love them, and I love you. Okay, that was my insert. I'm going to be shuffling the cards on camera. If you want to watch that, you can. If not, I will put the timestamp in the description for you just to jump ahead to the card selection. So if you don't want to watch, go ahead and skip right now to the pile selection and then from there to the reading. So if you want to watch the cards being shuffled, then keep watching. I'm about to do that now. Okay, we invite any ancestors, any spirit guides, any positive energies that want to communicate with us about who has a crush on each of these piles. Please do so in the most effective and concise way possible so that we can get the most accurate and helpful readings for all of the piles. So today, while shuffling, in a recent video that I did, someone left a comment and said they were kind of interested to know how I ended up living in France, which if you don't know, that's where I live right now. I live in Paris, and I thought, why not? So I'm going to talk about that while I'm shuffling these cards. I started learning French when I was in 7th grade. I remember my middle school really wanted me to take Spanish because they just had, like, it was easier for my schedule for the guidance counselor, you know what I mean, if I took Spanish. Oops. But I did not want to take Spanish because I cannot roll my R's. I absolutely can't do it. And I was like, that would be so embarrassing if I had to, like, sound like an idiot for, like, the next however many years. So I was like, I'm not taking Spanish, I'm taking French. And I ended up being placed in the French class. When I was a sophomore in high school, I applied for a study abroad program that I learned about through my high school. Like a local university does this summer study abroad thing for high school students, and it's supposed to be for juniors, but they allow sophomores to do it as well. So I applied as a sophomore, and I did it kind of just like to see, I guess, if I could get in, because the program, well, before you can even apply, you have to, like, take this test to see how, like, if you're proficient enough in the language, because I feel like I'm doing such a bad job of explaining this already. But basically, the program that I applied to and that I ended up doing is a language learning program. So for those that do the program, you're only allowed to speak the native language or the host language during your stay. You live with the host family, and you take classes in the language during the day. So in order to even apply, before you can apply, you have to take this test to prove that you are proficient enough in the language to survive, like, a summer in the country only speaking that language. And I kind of just wanted to know if I was proficient enough. Like, I also wanted to see if I was, like, good enough at French. And I ended up passing the test, ended up applying, and ended up getting in. And I really didn't think, again, that I was actually going to be able to do it. At this time, again, I was a sophomore in high school. There was, like, a lot going on in my family life. My parents had just gotten divorced, and we had, like, very little money, like, really no money. And so the thought of me, like, leaving the country to go study abroad was honestly kind of laughable. But I got a really sizable scholarship from the program, and then my mom very kindly paid for the rest with her tax refund, which, like, I cannot thank her enough for doing that. But basically, like, the program, it became possible, and I never really thought that it would be. So I didn't really think that it was like actually gonna happen. And like the days leading up to me leaving, I was freaking out, like freaking out. My mom makes fun of me so much still because I think like 3 weeks or maybe like 2 weeks before I was supposed to leave, my best friends threw me a surprise party with like a surprise goodbye party with all of my friends that came. It was really fun, but after that I was like, I cannot spend a summer, like not, like I can't leave. Like I was like, I just can't do it. And so I wrote my mom a letter and I was like, I know you spent money and like I feel bad, but I just cannot, like I can't do it. This is too stressful. And my mom was like, listen, like I paid that money. We need that money. Like you are getting on that plane. And even like my mom, like the day of, I was sobbing the whole day. I was freaking out. Obviously, looking back on it, I'm like, okay, you know, you should have been a little bit perhaps more grateful, but it was very scary to me in the moment. Like I was freaking out. I was like, am I gonna understand anyone? Can anyone understand me? Am I gonna make friends? When I was in high school, I was really shy, like really shy. I'm still kind of a quiet person. I always get comments on my videos being like, speak up. But that, I'm just more of like a quiet, reserved person. But in high school, I was really, really just shy. And yeah, so I was freaking out. My mom literally had to like push me onto the plane basically to make me send me a selfie of me in the plane seat to prove that I was like on the plane, that I hadn't like run off. But yeah, so I spent that summer in France, was so homesick the whole time, was crying the whole time, like every night. I miss my parents so much. Part of the rules of the program also is that you were not allowed to communicate with friends and family from home because, again, the whole point of the program was to learn foreign language. And so you were allowed 1 hour of internet per week, like to email your family, but like besides that, you weren't allowed to talk to them. So that was like stressful. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, at the time, there was a lot going on in my home life. It was like kind of stressful, you know, to be at home, and having a summer to like not deal with those issues and to just be able to kind of be on my own and, you know, do that was really nice and helped me so much. Like I honestly don't know who, like the person that I would be or, you know, whatever, if I hadn't done that. Like I'd probably still be so shy and like scared. I don't know. But yeah, so I spent that summer, I was in Saint-Brieuc, which even like when I tell French people that, a lot of them don't know where it is. It's like a really small town on the English Channel. So it's in the north of the country. I think it's really beautiful. I love the north of France. I love Brittany, Bretagne. If you're from there, I love it. I love the food. I love the culture. I love the people. Like I just love it. So that was when I was 16. Spent a summer. And it helped my language skills a lot as well. But when I was in high school, I'm still in high school at this point, I really wanted to be a psychiatrist. I think because I'm a Scorpio, so I was like into that like psychology thing. I really wanted to be a psychiatrist. And to be a psychiatrist, you have to go to med school. And so my senior year, I had taken French up until this point. My junior year, I took AP French, which is like the college, you know, level, and you take an exam at the end of the year to prove that you're proficient. I got a 5, which is like best grade you can get. So I was like, I'm going to stop taking French and I'm going to take a science class instead to help my med school application. And my mom was like, listen, like you are not quitting French. Like I spent all that money for you to go and learn the language. If you don't take it, you're going to forget it. Like you need to stick with it. And so she made me keep taking it. Like honestly, thank you to my mom for that. So I kept taking it, took it my senior year, went to college, was like, I'll take it one semester just because I knew it was going to be like an easy A for me. I don't want to sound like, you know, dumb, but I am like pretty decent at learning languages. I really like learning languages. It's like really fun for me, and for me it just kind of like clicks. I know for other people, if, you know, not that it like it's easy for me and hard for other people, but like it's just like they just make sense to me. Whereas like math, I do not understand math like at all. But like Russian, Greek, I don't know, like, you know, things like that, like that's a lot easier for me to decipher and understand, and that's like fun for me to decipher and understand. So basically I knew it would be like an easy A for me, so I kept taking it. Ended up majoring in French, like double majoring. I double majored in economics and French and Arabic when I was in college. And look at me now, I'm doing tarot online. But yeah, so then I knew I wanted to study abroad, and I knew I wanted to go back to France. I thought briefly about going to Morocco because I also speak Arabic. So I thought it would be cool to be able to study like both languages at the same time, but my school wanted me to focus on only one at a time. And I was like, you know what, that kind of makes sense. So I decided to just study in France, and I didn't want to be like in a small town again. My college was in a really small town in like the middle of nowhere, and I absolutely loved it. I had the best time, like I loved it, but I knew that I wanted something different because I'm from a small town. I went to college in a small town, like I knew I wanted a big city experience, and so I was like, Paris it is. So I studied abroad in Paris the spring of 2018. I lived with another host family. Again, had an amazing experience. I was so lucky. I had like the best family ever. They were super cool. Like a really nice apartment, and just had a really good time. When I was here last spring, there were a lot of strikes. There's lots of strikes going on right now too, but when I was here in the spring, there were a lot of strikes, especially in the universities. So I ended up not having a lot of class, which was chill. Like I would just kind of get to hang out and didn't have a lot of homework or, you know, like responsibilities. And when I was getting ready to leave, I told like all of my friends, all of my family, I was like, I'm going to move to Paris. Like once I graduate, I was like, I'm moving here. Like that is that. And everyone was kind of like, okay, yeah, you know, like we all, like everyone wants to, their abroad experience never end. Like we all want to stay abroad forever. I don't think people really took me seriously, but I kept saying it. I was like, I'm gonna move back. I was like, I don't care if I'm working at like a Zara, a Starbucks, like I'm going to make my way back and I'm going to move there. And one thing about me, I'm a Scorpio sun, Aries moon, Leo rising. So I'm very stubborn and I'm very determined. Like once I decide I'm going to do something, like I am going to do it. And so even though literally everyone was like, you should not move back, like my mom was like, how are you going to make enough money to live there? Like what job are you going to do? Like how are you going to survive? I was like, I don't care. Like I know it's going to be fine. I know everything's going to work out. I kind of had, when I was looking at colleges, I had just like this feeling when I visited the college I ended up attending. I was like, this is like where I'm meant to be for the next 4 years. Like this is like who I'm meant, like these people are who I'm meant to spend the next 4 years with. Like this is where I'm meant to be. Like I just knew, and I knew it was going to work out. I had some issues with like financial aid, but I ended up being fine, and I ended up being able to go. And the same thing with Paris. Like I knew obviously that financially it would be difficult, to like find a job in Paris since I'm not from the EU, and I knew it would be hard because Paris is an expensive city, especially for housing. I knew that it would not be easy, but I was like, I don't care, like I'm going to make it happen. So I applied to this program to teach English in France. It's called Tapif if you're interested. And they were like on all the things. They're like, you know, don't put Paris, like Paris is so like it's very competitive and it's expensive, and like you don't get paid extra for living there, and like all of this stuff. And I thought about putting a different city in France, but I was like, I want to be in Paris. Like that's what I want. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm not gonna settle. So I put Paris down. I got accepted to the program. Got accepted to Paris, which was my first choice. And then this card got left behind, the Fool in reverse. Interesting. We'll see if that comes up in the readings. Yeah, so that was kind of that. And again, like I got accepted, but people I think still like didn't expect me to go through with it. People were like, okay, like you got like they're like, but where are you gonna live? Like how are you gonna, because the program like teaching English, you don't make a lot of money. You make like really no money. And my, like, housing here, it's so expensive and it's very competitive. And so everyone was like, how are you going to make it work? And I ended up au pairing. I'm about to quit, fun fact. I've been au pairing for the past few months that I've been here, but it is just not working out for me, so I'm gonna leave. But that is how I was able to come, was like doing that. So I teach English 12 hours per week with the program, which is honestly like crazy. That's like no hours. And then I au pair as well, so I get housing in exchange for watching, you know, a family's children, which has been a really, like, it was really a really great way for me to come into the country, like settle in and like get settled. But next semester I will be moving into my own apartment, which I am so excited about. I think it's going to be a really good experience. And yeah, so I don't know if that was interesting at all, but that was like a ramble about how I came to live here. Basically, I've studied French for a long time. Always loved it. I would read like Madeline and stuff as a kid, you know, like one of those people. And it's kind of been like my life, no, I wouldn't say like it's been like my life dream to live in Paris, but it's definitely been something where I've always been like, okay, I want to do that. And when I studied abroad here, I was like, I just knew, I was like, this is like where I'm meant to be. I don't know if I finished saying that earlier when I was talking about my college. Like when I got that feeling of like, this is where I'm meant to be. This is like, I'm like supposed to like meet people here. This is like where I'm supposed to grow, you know, for the next however many years. That is how I felt at the end of my semester abroad. I was like, this, like, I just knew, I was like, this, like, there are opportunities for me here. There are people for me here. Like, this is just where I'm meant to be. And people were not super supportive, honestly. Like, I wouldn't say they weren't supportive, but they were more focused on, like, practical things. Like, how are you going to make it happen? Like, how are you going to go back? How are you going to pay for it? And I was just like, it's going to happen. I am working on a video about manifestation, like law of attraction type stuff, if you guys are interested. I was never like that interested in law of attraction and manifestation, but this past summer I was like, okay, I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything, but I was like just shocked at the things that I had manifested in my life, like this job, a really nice living situation in Paris, like all of this stuff. And I was like, dang, like, I was just like, wow, I can't believe how lucky I am and how grateful I am for all the opportunities that are coming in. So if you're interested in a video about that, I will be releasing, like, I'm dropping an album. I will be like filming that and uploading it soon. But yeah, that's kind of just my story about France. Here's another short story about my first time in France. This is an embarrassing story. I don't know if I should tell this. Actually, I will. So when I came, so you're supposed to be a junior with the program that I did. I came as a sophomore because I'm just so exceptional. I had to go through this like rigorous interview process as a sophomore so I could make sure I was like, I could handle it. I don't know how they decided that I could, because as I said, I was like super homesick, crying all the time, like just freaking out. But so I was 16, lived with the host family, and one of the very first nights I was there, one of their family friends turned 40, and so they invited me to the party. I went with them, and it was at this like nice little like chateau. I had one of those like spiral staircases and just like people walking around with like stuff on like trays, you know what I mean? It was one of those like nice parties. And I had never drank before at this point in my life. Like I was 16, didn't really have a lot of interest in that. But my host mom was like, you can have one glass of champagne at this party. So I did. Even now, like I'm 23 and I'm still a lightweight. Like I can get drunk off of one beer, which is, I know, so bad. But it's honestly very practical, very cost efficient. But I'm a lightweight. So I had one glass of champagne. And my host mom was like, okay, like you're good. Like that's enough. But like I said, there are people going around with like drinks on trays. And the people had drinks with orange juice in it. And so I was like, okay, I'm done with champagne, but like I'll have some orange juice. and the orange juice like tasted weird, but I was like, maybe this is just how orange juice tastes in France, like I don't know. So I drank probably like 4 or 5 glasses of orange juice before I realized that they were screwdrivers, so they had vodka in them. And I got so drunk at this party, like so drunk. I was trashed. It was so embarrassing. I basically blacked out at this like really fancy party completely unintentionally. And the family was like, what are we gonna do with you? Thankfully they thought it was funny, but the next day they would make fun of me like the whole time for that. And the next day, we were supposed to go on a trip, like, in their camper, and I was like, I just can't go. Like, I was so hungover, and I felt horrible, and that was the first time I ever got drunk. It was the first time that I came to France. Okay, any other cards? Yeah, we'll pull one more card. Another story about that family. So the very first family I stayed with, like, as a host family, was that family when I was 16, and they were like an older retired couple. Well, they weren't retired, like they still worked, but they were older. I don't know why I said they were retired. And all of their kids like had moved out. And they had a little chihuahua whose name I do not remember, but they were obsessed with chihuahuas. And their house and everything was covered in Playboy things. Like in their car, they had a Playboy blanket. The sheets in my room were Playboy sheets. They had like Playboy, like posters and stuff, but never like women. It was always the Playboy bunny logo. And towards the end of my time, I was like, is there a reason why you guys like Playboy so much or whatever? And they were like, yeah, because it's like the chihuahua, like our chihuahua, like we love the chihuahua. And I was like, that is not a chihuahua, that is a rabbit. So basically they thought that the Playboy bunny was a chihuahua, and they literally covered their home in photos of the bunny or the chihuahua. And yeah, I just always remembered that about them. Okay, so on to the pile selection. We have 4 piles to choose from. Again, the question is, who has a crush on you right now? Who likes you right now? Who's, thinking about you in a romantic sense right now? Just who has you on their radar? And we have piles 1, 2, 3, and 4. So take a few moments to take a few deep breaths, to ground yourself, to meditate, and to really just come into focus. And once you feel like you're grounded and you're ready to ask yourself the question, who has a crush on me right now? You can pause the video if you need time to kind of meditate, but once you feel ready, you can let yourself be drawn to, again, pile 1, 2, 3, or 4. I will put the timestamps in the description. You can go ahead and jump to the pile that is calling you. Okay, if you chose pile 1, welcome. This message is for you. We're going to take a look at who has a crush on you, who's thinking about you. I'm trying out a different camera angle here, so we're going to see if it works. If it doesn't, I can always move it. It's kind of lo-fi back on my computer. My phone has just not been, videos have not been, transferring well, so we're lo-fi. I apologize, but hopefully it will be okay. So let's take a look at your tarot cards first. We have the 3 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, Strength, and the 6 of Pentacles. And we have the 7 of Swords, clarifying the 3 of Wands, the Ace of Swords in reverse, clarifying the 10 of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups, clarifying Strength. And we have the 4 of Cups in reverse, clarifying the 6 of Pentacles. So, off the bat, we do have quite a bit of fire and air energy. We have 3 of Wands and Strength. Strength is Leo. And then we have 2 Swords cards, the 7 and the Ace. I'm going to wait to say anything until we get out the Zodiac cards, but there is a lot of fire and air here. So this person is someone, I think, who... I also have the 10 of Swords. I didn't see that. We have all of the elements here, though. So this person, I think, is someone who is very determined. They're very ambitious. They have a lot of plans. You can see on this card, there's like one candle that's lit, and then there's one going, and there's all of these back here that are still going. So it's like this person is someone that has a lot of ideas and like has a lot of things they're willing to work for, and they like have a lot that they want to accomplish. With the Seven of Swords, I feel like this, either like they keep this secret, like they don't want to tell people what they're working on, because it's not like it's like a, maybe like they just want, like they don't want people to take their idea, or they don't want, to get too ahead of themselves, where it's like they want to, like they want congratulations before they've even like accomplished the task, if that makes sense. Or this could be someone who's willing to kind of go through to any lengths to be successful. But this is a person who's very ambitious and has a lot of goals and plans in mind, and but it's someone that isn't like super flashy about it necessarily. Like they kind of sneak around about, like they tiptoe around their success, or they tiptoe around their ideas. It's like they're not the kind of person who would like congratulate themselves for completing a diet before they've even started, if that like makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I hope that it does. We also have the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Wands. So I think this is someone, as well as the Strength card, this is someone that's gone through something difficult in their life, but they've made something really beautiful out of it with this Ten of Swords card. It's like there's 10 swords in the arm, but there's this like liquid and all these shells coming out of it, and also the sun is rising in the background. So it's like the darkest part of this person's life is over, and their sun's starting to rise again, and that could be what's giving this person such like ambition, such drive to be successful, because they know how difficult it can be, if that makes, like they know like how difficult life can be, and they've received really beautiful things from this difficulty, and they want to share that with other people. With the Ace of Swords in reverse, I feel like this is a person that they're very stubborn. Like they have a hard time seeing things from other people's perspective. It's like like their way is the highway, but they're like, if they have an idea, again, they have a lot of ideas, but it's like if you gave them an idea, like they wouldn't be like about to go do it, if that makes sense. It's like they like their own ideas. They like their ideas to come from themselves. And communication may be kind of an issue with this person. They may not be very good at communicating. Like maybe this is a person that would be, for example, like a bad texter. Like they would take several hours to respond or something like that. Again, with the Strength card and the Six of Pentacles, I feel like this is someone who's gone through something difficult and wants to share things with people now. Like this is someone who's very generous. They're not someone, which is why I feel like with the Seven of Swords, it's not like they're like, tiptoeing around in a bad way, being deceptive. I think they're tiptoeing around, like they're not sharing exactly how ambitious or exactly how successful they are. Like they want to keep that kind of to themselves until they want to keep that to themselves until all of these candles are lit, until all of these ideas have popped off, you know what I mean? This is someone who's very generous, but they have experienced pain in their life. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. And I think that this person in the past was really focused on this hurt, was really focused on this pain, but they're kind of coming into this period now where they are learning how to use this pain in a really beautiful way and help people with it. And we have the Nine of Cups. So I think before, this person was kind of closed off, perhaps a little bit emotionally unavailable. But with the Nine of Cups, it's like, again, as they're learning to make this pain into something beautiful, they're also learning how to open up and share their emotions and reach out and give love to other people and also receive love. That's kind of a big lesson this person has learned recently, is how to give and receive love freely. And this is a person that has a lot of strength. Like they've been through a lot and they have a lot to offer. They've been through a lot. In the past, they're a little bit more closed off, but they're learning how to open up. And they're also, learning how to, like they're starting something new, like some kind of project, some kind of idea that's like really exciting to them. Let's take a look at the oracle cards we have now. So we have Leo again. So we have the Strength card, Leo, and also the Leo astrological card. So this person could definitely be a Leo. We also have Pluto. We have Neptune, ruler of enlightenment, which has inspiration, illusion, spirituality, intuition, psychic ability, fantasy, dreams, disillusion, enlightenment, and it's related to the Hanged Man tarot card. We have Child, beginnings, innocent, brand new, creativity, spontaneous, carefree, inexperienced, and tender. And we have Tree, grounded, fertility, lineage, health, vitality, roots, personal growth, past lives, and evolving. We have Grieve. We have Structure. We have, look at this cute little cat oracle card. Tama, the station master, which says, make friends while you work, start every journey with optimism, look for the light at the end of the tunnel, it might be a mouse with a torch. And we have Come to the Edge in Reverse. So again, there's strong Leo energy here. This person could definitely be a fire sign. I'm going to read you the book, what it says about the zodiac signs, because I'm still not, like I said, I just got these cards in the... Oh, hang on one second. Okay, sorry, I wanted to make sure that I thanked my friend for giving these to me, because I filmed a few intros and I forgot if the one that I wanted to do thanked her, so sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure that I gave her that credit. So we have, let me see what it says about Pluto really fast. It says, the god of the underworld, Pluto receives the soul after death and offers understanding of the journey that lies beyond the earthly existence. Astrologically, Pluto reigns over the mysteries of death and rebirth, transformation, and significant life changes. Release, loss, and regeneration are all parts of Pluto's profound lessons. The wise soul knows when to leave the old behind to make way for the new. This may require time spent in the underworld, going deep in your own psyche to search for wisdom. When Pluto appears in your oracle reading, it is a sign that something is finished or that an important change is imminent. So this is definitely a person that has gone, I don't want to say they've been through a dark night of the soul, but they've definitely gone through something in their life that was difficult, and they've gained a lot of understanding about that. We have this Grief card followed by Structure. So it's whatever they went through, whatever difficult period they went through, it gave them the structure to kind of understand where they want to go in life, and it gave them knowledge that is helping them now, if that makes sense. We also have Neptune. So this is a person that is quite creative or quite dreamy. We also have some Earth with this Tree here, the grounded in fertility. So I think this person, I don't know if they work in the arts, but this could be someone that is just very artistically inclined. Leos, they like aesthetic. They do like art. This could be someone that just enjoys things like paintings, poetry, going to museums, or someone that just has a deep intuitive sense. Someone that can feel things, they may have psychic dreams, things like that. And I think they have a lot of dreams for their own life, this Three of Wands energy as well. They have a lot of dreams for their life, and they really want to go places. And with the Child card, I do feel like this person, whatever they went through, happened in their childhood, or it's related to that, and that could be why it's coming up. And this person is very optimistic. That is the fire energy that's coming through. This person is very optimistic. They have high hopes for their future. They have big plans, and they feel like they can achieve them. And then Come to the Edge in Reverse. I'm going to read that for you guys from the book, just because I like the way that this book describes things. Yeah, okay. This one says, fear is leading the way into places you don't need to go. Most of what you fear at the moment is an illusion stemming from an old belief that isn't even true. Now is the time for courage. You will not be lost at sea. You will not watch everyone else get what you want while you are left alone and unloved. Oh, the drama of it all. False evidence appearing real, fear, is hovering over you. The more you dwell on fear, the more real it will become. Ask yourself, who in me is afraid? Love that part of you. Ask, is this true and real right now? The answer most likely is no. Give yourself a hug. It's okay to be scared. Courage must be summoned. In spite of your fear, even when you're not feeling confident, spirit will always catch you. So what I'm seeing with that is this is a person that is quite courageous. They may have been quite fearful in the past, but this is someone that has, again, gone through something difficult that's given them a lot of internal strength, and they're ready to kind of face battles and kind of go at things and, build that structure to achieve these big dreams that they have for themselves. So that is what I'm seeing for pile number 1. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful or, interesting, insightful in some way. I'm sending you lots of love, luck, joy, and abundance, and have a great day. Okay, hi pile 2. If you chose this pile, then welcome. This message is for you. I'm trying out a different camera angle. We're back to kind of lo-fi equipment because my phone is not like properly uploading videos to YouTube right now, so I'm back on my computer. I'm trying out this angle. We'll see, we'll see how it goes. So let's take a look at your tarot cards first for what this person is like. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I don't usually read this deck in reverse, but we have the Five of Swords in reverse. We have the Page of Wands. And we have the Two of Swords. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Five of Swords in reverse, clarified by the Seven of Cups in reverse. The Page of Wands is clarified by the Death card. And the Two of Swords is clarified by the Five of Wands in reverse. The first thing that I'm seeing is that this is a person who has a lot of blocked energy right now. Like, this person has a crush on you, but I don't see them coming forward. It's like they're literally, with this Two of Swords card, like there's an obstacle towards them coming towards you. Whether that be like they're already in a relationship, or like they feel like you're too good for them, or something like that. Like, there's something preventing them from coming forward. With this Five of Swords in reverse, I feel like they feel like someone else would be angry if they came towards you. You can see that someone is like a warrior and there's all these heads that are, chopped off. So I feel like this person feels like there would be hell to pay on, in some way if they were to come towards you. But that doesn't stop their feelings. With this Page of Wands, it's like they're very passionate about you. And I'm kind of getting a sense that there is someone else, or like I don't know if you're with someone else or they're with someone else, but like they want, like this passion makes them want to end a cycle with this Death card. It's like they want to close one door and open another, and that the door they want to open is one with you in it. Again, we have the Five of Wands again. So I feel like they really feel like there would be some kind of argument or some kind of difficulty if they were to come towards you. With the Seven of Cups card as well, in reverse, that's telling me that this person is living in fantasy and illusion. So this person has feelings for you. When this Ace of Pentacles, it's like they see a bright future with you, but it's in reverse. It's like they feel like it can't actually happen. So they think about it just in terms of fantasy. They're not thinking about it in like real terms. But what is this person like? They also have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So again, this person sees you as like really long-term, committed. Like, they see you as like the real deal, but they see that there's this obstacle towards them coming towards you, and they feel like it can't actually happen for whatever reason. But so we have the Death card, which is Scorpio. We also have quite a bit of earth energy with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. And we have some air, and we also have like a bit of fire. So a lot of the elements represented here. I'm going to wait to say too much until we get into the like astrological cards. But what is this person like? I think this is a person that is quite lucky in a lot of ways with this Page of Wands card. This is someone I think who's quite young, quite naive. I think they're quite spunky, if that makes sense. It's someone who's like, I would say they're a little bit cocky. They're someone that like isn't afraid to get, I don't want to say they're like afraid to get into fights, but it's like they're not afraid to go after what they want, basically. Or it's like they want to think that about themselves. Like, they think that they're not afraid to go after what they want, but like they're not about to go after you because of these fights, if that makes sense. But it's like they like fantasizing about that. Like, they like thinking about getting in fights over you, or they like thinking about fighting other people. Like, that's like fun for them. So I'm getting kind of like a fire sign vibe from this person. But this person is someone, I think, they might come off as a little bit of a player with this Page of Wands card, but they're someone that deep down like desires commitment, and desire commitment with you. So this is a person I think that kind of comes off as a player, and this could be what this Death card underneath the Page of Wands card is. It's like they want to stop their player ways for you and commit to you, but there's something stopping them from doing that. So let's take a look at your Oracle cards and see what that has to offer, what that has to add. We have Gemini and Saturn. We have Libra, so lots of air here. Libra, timing within 1 to 2 weeks. Venus, consummate diplomat, refined, just, accommodating, kind. Desires harmony and balance, sociable, artistic, and indirect. So that could be like this person likes thinking about getting in fights, but they don't actually like to get into them. It's like they like fantasizing about them with the 7 of Cups card again. And that's very Libra. Like Libras are not going to disturb the peace, and this person is not about to disturb any peace. So that would make sense. I feel like the Libra. We have Raccoon, problem solver, curious, ask questions, adaptive, creative, entrepreneur, resourceful, and clever. And Whip, arguments, fighting, abusive, tense, painful, anger, repeat again, over and over, and kinky sex. We have Fire, and we have Spirit. This Cat card, we have Schrodinger's cat. Always think outside the box, but not the litter box. Only 2 things are infinite, the universe and the superiority of cats, and things aren't always black and white, sometimes they're ginger. And then we have Milk and Honey. So one thing I'm seeing too is this person could be artistic. With the Page of Wands, I think there's someone that they really like to discuss things, they like to talk. We have Gemini and Libra. This is someone that likes to talk. They like to talk things through. There are like this says, a diplomat. They're definitely like discussions, but they have a lot of fire in them as well. Like they have a lot of passion, and they have a lot of spirit as well. And again, with like this Page of Wands card and spirit, it's like they're being led for some greater purpose in their life. Like they definitely are destined to do something great in this life. With the Whip too, I feel like this person could just be, I feel like this person may hold in some anger with the Whip card and like the 2 5s reversed. It's like they like thinking about getting into arguments, but they don't actually get into them. So in there, it's like they hold this anger in and they may let it out at like lash out at the wrong people at the wrong times, if that makes sense. So it's like this person doesn't like arguments, but at the same time they do like them. With this cat, it's like they have 2 sides to them as well. It's like they like them, but they don't. We also have Gemini, so the Gemini is like two-faced, or not two-faced, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like they're twins, so there's 2 of them. So it's like this person has like 2 sides to them, and it like one is light and one is dark. We all have that in us. But this person I think has a harder time accepting that darker side of themselves. They try to focus on the light, but they definitely kind of have like 2 sides to them. I'm going to read what this book, like I said, I just got these cards. So I'm going to read what this says and just see if that has anything interesting to offer about Saturn. While Jupiter represents boundless expansion and limitless opportunity, Saturn represents containment, boundaries, and limitations. This god controls the reality of time passing and the movement through life toward death. Astrologically, Saturn brings structure and law to the human endeavor, which can be challenging as obstacles are faced and overcome. Saturn's energy is restrictive, defining what cannot or should not be done. Through examination of these limitations, Saturn points out what duty and responsibility we're accountable for in this lifetime. Saturn brings both fear and the conquering of fear. When Saturn appears in your oracle reading, it is a sign that you are dealing with important milestones on your soul's journey through life. So again, there's something about you that's off limits to them, and they're not about to step on any toes, but they're also like mad about that in a way, you know what I mean? And let's read the Milk and Honey message. I like reading from this book for this as well. I know these cards pretty well at this point, but I just like the way that this book words things, and you guys seem to like it too. So Milk and Honey says, sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers, sweet moments of understanding and love among friends and family are all here for you to savor now. Your heart's calling will be answered. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and you will be nourished with the honey of abundance. This is someone too, I think, who is like friends and family are very important to them. Like social connection is very important to them. They like to talk. They like to go out. They like to connect with people. They like to discuss things. Like they like to, like friends and family are very important to them. That kind of side of life. And that's why they're not going to come towards you, because they're going to upset some people by doing that. And that is just, that's like very upsetting to them, that thought. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys for pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was, helpful or interesting in some way. If it did resonate with you, don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe if you want to. Once again, thank you for watching and have a great day. Okay, hi pile 3. If you chose this pile, then welcome. This message is for you. I'm trying out a different camera angle here. We had to go back to lo-fi because my phone hasn't been properly uploading videos. So I apologize for that, but hopefully this will, be an interesting change of perspective. So we're going to start with your tarot cards. For who has a crush on you, we have the 5 of Wands. We have the Page of Swords. We have the 3 of Pentacles. And we have the Judgment card. Clarifying the 5 of Wands, we have the 3 of Wands in reverse. Clarifying the Page of Swords, we have the Queen of Wands. Clarifying the 3 of Pentacles, we have the 4 of Pentacles. And clarifying Judgment, we have the 6 of Wands. So first off, there's a whole lot of wand energy here. We have the 5 of Wands, 3 of Wands, Queen of Wands, and the 6 of Wands. So you or this person could be a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Whole lot of fire sign energy here. We also have the Page of Swords, which would be Air, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We have some Earth as well, but yeah, definitely a lot of fire. So the first thing that I was seeing is that this is a person that is quite creative and they like community. They like being a center of attention with the 6 of Wands card. They like knowing other people look up to them. They like being admired by other people. They like, being successful and being, who doesn't like being well liked? But to this person, that's like very important. They like being the center of attention. And they like, this person I think is quite dramatic. I think they're quite attractive. Like they dress really nice. Like they're the kind of person that would dress up most days. They they put on like nice outfits. They do their hair, you know what I mean? Like they just look nice. And they like being recognized for that. They like being thought of as being attractive. With the 3 of Wands energy, I think this is a person that has a lot of ideas. They have a lot of ambition, but they have kind of a hard time like getting started and like putting those ideas into action. I think this is someone that gets distracted quite easily. The opinions of others matter a lot to them, to this person. And with the 5 of Wands and the 6 of Wands, and it's like they get caught up in those like little petty everyday things, and it's hard for them to see the big picture and to, really expand like goals and stuff because they get so caught up in these petty little fights and things like that. With the Page of Swords, they could be a little bit childish as well in some ways. This is a person too, I think, who's quite defensive and quite maybe combative in some ways. Like this person has like, I don't know what that is. There's like a light bulb and then there's like things coming out of it. And then there's also like a sword here, like they're ready to fight. These people have like swords and like for little flames ready. So this is a person I think who is a little bit combative. Again, like the opinions of others matter a lot to them, and like they're not afraid to stand up and be like, no, like listen, like that's not like no, kind of. I'm obviously not good at that, which is why I did not do a good job of articulating it, but this person would have done a better job. With Judgment too, like they like to give they're someone that likes to like give announcements. I don't know. Or this person could just have received an important announcement. With the 6 of Wands and Judgment, they could have like gotten a promotion, or they could have moved, some kind of thing. With this Judgment card, it's like they're being called in a new direction. So they could have recently changed something important. They could have gone through like a big change recently. We also do have 2 3s here. So again, community is important to this person. And again, I think they like keep their real feelings kind of bottled up with this 4 of Pentacles. It's like they put on this mask, like, oh, I'm this great, beautiful person, everyone loves me, but they don't like people to see what's underneath. It's like I'm thinking of like an Instagram model, you know what I mean? Of someone who would show like beautiful parts of their life, but not, you know, what's like hurting them. Like that's this person. They're going to show you all the good parts of them and their life, but they're going to keep like the real stuff hidden. This person likes to party. They like abundance. They just like the finer things in life. Like they're really into aesthetics. They're all about looking good, feeling good. And yeah. Let's take a look at your oracle cards and see what else is coming through for you guys. We have, interesting. So no fire here. We have Pisces and Taurus. Did not think that would, not that I didn't think it would happen, but I thought we'd have some more fire there. We have more Pisces. Intuitive, dreamy, artistic, compassionate, sympathetic, perceptive, tender, humane, sensitive, and impressionable. I did get that they were artistic or creative. This person definitely has some artistic or creative tendencies. We have Lily, established, ambition, experience, development, achievement, longevity, mature, and sexuality. We have House, home, belonging, roots, comfort, safety, family, traditions, buildings, shelter, and boundaries. And then we have It Gets Better and Release. We have, I don't have, Hamish McCamish. Know where you're going and don't get lost in the rough. Being a big fish in a small pond can make it hard to change direction. In life, as in golf, you have to keep your eye on the ball. Look at that cute little cat. And the Fates. So kind of what I'm seeing from this is like the tarot cards are kind of like that mask that they show to other people, and this maybe is a little bit more of like actually who they are. This person is someone that like deeply wants to belong. They want to like find their people. They want to feel safe and secure and loved and stable. And I think they're afraid of showing that to other people. We have Release and It Gets Better. So again, we have the Four of Pentacles and then Release. It's hard for them to show their real feelings, and it's hard for them to release, you know, like difficult things that have happened to them. And I think this person is someone that has had their heart broken or has gone through something difficult, but again, they don't like to show it. Like they like to portray that they're this, you know, really strong, independent person, but like they have had their heart broken, and like they're protecting themselves with this mask, this Four of Pentacles energy. So they don't like releasing things. We have Pisces twice. This is a person who's quite intuitive, quite dreamy, quite artistic, very creative, and very compassionate as well. Like this is someone who cares a lot about other people and cares a lot about the well-being of others. Like they're an empath. And again, with the Taurus energy, it's like this person appreciates the finer things in life. They see, like they just like going out. They like good food. They like good people. They like good company. With the Fates as well, this is someone in the Pisces card who has like a deep connection to spirit. They have like a lot of intuition. This is someone who may have like powerful manifesting abilities. But again, this person is someone like they get distracted. So like they have a hard time actually manifesting these things because they get distracted so easily. I'm going to read you the message from this card, the Fates, because I like the way that this book describes things. So we'll see if this message has anything interesting in it. It says, other people are who they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and not try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in the situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally. For each of us is on our own journey, and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. So this is a person that you were meant to meet, and that you may actually come into a relationship with this person. At the very least, you were meant to meet them and for them to, you know, give you some kind of journey. This is someone who, even, I feel like they have, like, they're about to embark on a spiritual journey. I don't think right now they're spiritually awake, you know, enlightened, because I feel like they're still kind of masking a lot of things, but they have a lot underneath the surface, and they're about to emerge and become quite spiritual, and so maybe they're going to touch you in that way. But you may, with the 2 Pisces cards, you may already have an intuition about who this person is. And I think those cards are a confirmation that yes, who you're thinking of with this pile, like that is them. Like they do have a crush on you. They are thinking about you. And they want to get with you. This person, I think, also is like a big fish in a small pond. So it's like they get a lot of attention, but it's like they're not, like they're in kind of like a niche field, if that makes sense. It's like there's not a lot of other people doing what they do, or it's like they're like the quarterback in a town of like 1,000 people. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of energy. And it's like this person has a lot of ambition, but they have difficulty focusing their energy. So once they do that, again, they're going to have this like deep spiritual awakening, and maybe that's when you guys are going to come into union as a couple. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys for pile number 3. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that that was helpful or interesting or provided some kind of clarity or insight. Once again, thank you for watching. If that resonated, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Sending you lots of love, luck, joy, and abundance, and have a great day. Hi, pile 4. If you chose pile number 4, then welcome. This message is for you. Let's find out who has a crush on you, who's thinking about you romantically, who wants to get with you. We have a different camera angle today. I'm back to lo-fi on my computer because my phone isn't like properly uploading videos right now. So hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it's like an interesting, different perspective. You know, we'll see. So let's start with your tarot cards. Let's see what we can see about this person. We have the, let's start with over here. We have the Ace of Swords, the 10 of Wands in reverse, Hierophant, and the 4 of Pentacles. Clarifying the Ace of Swords, we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. Clarifying the 10 of Wands, we have the 3 of Cups. Clarifying the Hierophant, we have the 3 of Pentacles. And clarifying the clarifying the 4 of Pentacles, we have the Emperor. So we do have Taurus and Aries energy here with the Hierophant and the Emperor. We have some Earth and some air as well, but we'll take a look at the zodiac signs and see what else is kind of coming out. Honestly, what I'm seeing, I don't know if this is someone like from your past, but it's someone like that, you know. I feel like there's been like some kind of hurt or pain in the past with the 9 of Swords in reverse. It's like, but that pain or that anxiety is over, and there's like a new perspective on a situation. There's like a fresh beginning, a new perspective, a new way of looking at things. But I feel like there was a pain with this person in the past. And it could have been related to a third-party situation because we have 3 cards here, the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. But about this person, again, whether it was with you or not, this person is getting over a pain, a difficult situation, and they're, you know, getting a fresh perspective on life. They were quite overwhelmed, anxious, upset about something, and, you know, they've reversed it and they're ready to go out and have fun again. So this person like had kind of a difficult time period recently, but they've just gotten over it and they're ready to go out and have fun. With the Hierophant card and the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, it's like this person is quite creative, but they're also kind of conservative. It's like there's 2 different sides to them. It's like on the one hand, like they want to go out and have fun, but the other hand, they're kind of like controlled and reserved in some ways. And it's like they are artistic, they are creative, but they're also like very traditional. And so that they've got these kind of like 2 sides to them. It's like they hold a lot in. They like control. This person likes to be in control, and they like to be the one calling the shots. So you know, like they want to go out and party. I don't think this is the kind of person that would like get loose, or alternatively, this is the kind of person that would, because they're in control so much in their day-to-day life, it's like when they go out too hard because they can, and end up letting loose too much, and it's like not a good situation in that sense. This person, I think, is definitely watching you. I feel like on social media. I feel like, again, for a lot of you, this is someone that you had some kind of difficult situation with. You may not be in contact with them at the moment, but they're definitely watching you. And I feel like, especially on social media, they may feel like you're a star on social media is kind of a thing that I'm getting here. Maybe they feel like you're with someone else, and that's this third party energy, or they're like watching your stories to make sure that you're not with someone else, or like paying attention to your social media to make sure you're not posting things with other people, because again, they like to be in control. So they want to kind of like control the situation and make sure that everything is as they expect it to be, if that makes sense. This person definitely holds their feelings in. They're also a bit of a hoarder, I feel like, in terms of emotions. It's like they just keep everything bottled in and they don't release it. They don't say things. They just kind of hold it in, and maybe like that's why they like to party, to just let it out. Like that's how they that's how they like get their release, because they don't release things in their day-to-day life. Let's take a look at your oracle cards and see what else is coming out for this person. We have Aquarius and the Sun card. We also have another Sun card, which says ego, purposeful, directed, creative, our basic identity, self-realization, proud, censoring our inner child, reason over instinct, willfulness, success, and vitality. So this person definitely could be an Aries. We have magnet, longing, desire, gravity, magnetic attraction, charm, je ne sais quoi, seduction, and yearning. And cross, destiny, spirituality, divine guidance, trials, necessity, conviction, duty, crisis, and fate. So I just want to say again, I feel like this is a person that you knew from the past. They've been thinking about you. They want you with this like magnetic desire. It's like they've been thinking about you. It's like, but it's like from a distance. You know what I mean? Like they've been watching you from a distance as well. Not in a creepy way, but like I mean on like social media. I'm not like at your house. You know what I mean? With this cross, I do feel like they're kind of at like, it's like, I don't know if this person's like having like a religious crisis or something, but it's like they're like being drawn in two different directions with something, and it's giving them kind of a crisis of some kind. Again, it's like they've got this like traditional side, but also this like Aquarius side. They don't know which one to go with. We also have boundaries and light. So there definitely could be a third party here with this boundaries card. And we have trim, which says fortune and an endless supply of fish favors the brave. Explore the world fearlessly and always put your best paw forward. This is giving me Aries vibes too. And we have regeneration in reverse, also giving me fire sign vibes. So yeah, there's definitely like something blocking them coming forward, and that's why they're watching you or like paying attention to what you're doing. Maybe again they think that you're with someone else if they're not with someone, and they're kind of watching to make sure, but like they see you as a really bright light and they're really drawn towards you, and they don't really understand why. Like they're just drawn towards you. There's a lot of sun cards here. This person is someone who's very energetic, very optimistic, a lot of energy, quite successful. This is someone who like has a lot of motivation. They can successfully harness it with this Emperor and Four of Pentacles energy, because they're so reserved, they're so controlled. It's like they're building an empire literally with the Emperor card. Sometimes with Aries, it's like they get a lot of ideas, they have a hard time implementing them, and this person is someone who is like really implementing those ideas. We have a lot here too. There's like a map, and then there's like constellations here. So this person could be into traveling, or maybe like there's a distance between the two of you. Let's read what the book says about the Sun card, because I don't know these cards super well yet. I just want to see what it says. Has anything interesting to say. At the heart of the zodiac is Soul, the Sun. Soul is a source of warmth, strength, and growth. As the most constant celestial body in astrological terms, the Sun represents that which is most constant in ourselves, the power of the personality. The strongest single influence on the astrological chart, the light of Soul reveals the essential self. Beyond the everyday expression of the individual, Soul also brings understanding of the soul's cosmic purpose. Who you are at your core and who you are meant to be are strongly influenced by where the Sun falls in your chart. In this oracle, pay special attention to Soul's position and accompanying cards, as they can bring enlightened understanding of the path that leads to your greatest happiness. For Aquarius, it says, I see. Always on the cutting edge, Aquarius brings vision and imagination to any situation. While usually open-minded, there can be a tendency to be insensitive to others if they are not willing to be as avant-garde or eccentric. Aquarius leads the way towards the future, but can be distant and detached in the present. Let's read the regeneration message while we're at it, just to kind of get that, knock that bad boy out. It says, endings come in many forms, and now is the time to stop holding on to what must die, so that something better can take its place. Nature's cycles include disease, decay, death, and regeneration. Let whatever isn't working in your life die. Don't be afraid to face the facts. There is no need to struggle or grieve. Whatever your query, let it go. You're about to be reborn. This is definitely like someone from your past that's coming back. They could be an Aquarius sun, or they could be in Aries, or just have heavy sun in their chart, or like the sun is a heavy, player in their chart. But I'm definitely seeing that this person is someone from your past. There may be a third party involved, or they think that you're a third party, and they're definitely watching you or paying attention to what you're doing from afar because they want to get back with you, but like they feel this strong pull towards you and they don't really know why. They're also kind of going through a crisis right now. Again, they're coming out of a really difficult period. They may have a bit of an issue with like partying right now. And they're kind of at this like crossroads where they're having a difficult situation. They're being pulled in two different directions and don't know which way to go or what is the best way. And they're kind of just, they have a hard time expressing their emotions, so they're letting it out through partying. So that's what I'm saying for you, pile number 4. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was interesting or helpful or provided clarity in some way. If that did resonate, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.